Hi, I'm the strategist, and my name is Victor Onyeke. Building in Africa is an extreme sport. It's a very daring adventure, and doing it in Nigeria, it's even more harder. Of course, if you're a startup founder and you're building out of Nigeria, you would already understand what I'm talking about. The better part of my day, week, month is spent really talking to founders, and I think it's a very I'm grateful for this kind of work because it's sort of like have given me an insight into founders, into the startup ecosystem, and having spoken to over 100 founders, and I see that there's a lot of struggle, especially the fact that in Nigeria, the right environment, the right systems, the right enabling structure is not there to ensure that startup founders thrive, So, but when you think about startup, because there's always this thing between startup and a traditional business, right? People say things like, but I mean, what's the difference? Okay, I mean, business is pretty much not hard. Someone made a joke on Twitter, business no hard. Now you want to go to build startup, right? And as jokingly as that sounds, is actually the truth, because when you think about it, what's really a business, right? I want to sell a product, and let's say I buy a product at this amount and then I sell at this amount. It's pretty much buying and selling, basic trading, right? And most traditional businesses are wired that way, right? The woman that fries akara just wants to, goes to the market, buys beans, buys ingredients, grinds the beans, gets either charcoal stove or gas cooker, whatever it is, a frying pan, fry the akara and sell. And then the money, he or she makes from the akara, right? They put that back into the business, repeats the same process, right? There's nothing new they are doing about it. It's just basically buying and selling of akara, or making akara and then selling to get money from it. Now, when you look at a startup is designed to pretty much disrupt an existing business model or find new problems and solve those problems creatively. And that's why it's very difficult. It's a different dynamics with a startup. Now, let's take that akara business, for instance. A startup founder is looking to, how can I scale this akara business? So the woman, makes, let's say, 5,000 akara balls, every day, and and sells to maybe about 50 customers a day, right? So a startup is designed to, how can we take this same akara ball and scale it to 10,000 people in a week, and scale it from 50 people in a day to 500 people in a day? What technology tools can we bring to enhance this product to take this akara to many more people, right? And so that's why startup problems are, a bit more different than a traditional business, because they're trying to disrupt what already exists. So it can be very hard being a founder, operational costs, to even scale the business, more funding is needed. And now if your product is such that is the kind that you can't build it just by leveraging on existing tech tools available, right? You literally have to build it and develop it, and you need thousands of dollars to do that. That's a lot. And that's why, we've designed Founders Cabal pretty much, right? Founders Cabal, what we're doing at Founders Cabal is to build a community that brings founders together, building at early stage, right? They come together and network together, collaborate together. They have access to resources. They have access to, capital, right? They have access to information, right? They have access to the right knowledge, to this. They have access to support, to mentorship, to advisory. All of these things that enables or supports them to, go from that first, that zero stage to one, going from that early stage of having an idea and then transitioning that idea into a product and then ultimately into a business, pretty much. And this is why it is very, very important that if you're building in Africa, right, you need to find a community of people who are building, like you are, or in similar stages as yourself, right? It helps you to go faster when you go together. So if you're building right now, whatever industry you're building, whatever country in Africa, I want you to join Founders Cabal. You're going to see the link right somewhere in the description section of this video, whatever you're watching from, and click on it, answer a few questions, and then join the Cabal. Why did we call it Cabal? Simple. We believe that we are the next set of big founders who are going to be creating solutions to really hard problems, incredible solutions to problems, the real problems plaguing Africa, right? We consider ourselves as 1% of the 1% of founders who are going to pretty much put Africa on the global map. Founders who are going to create solutions that will change the landscape of Africa, that would increase the economic, GDP of Africa, that would raise the potential of Africa, that would employ more people, that would, kick out unemployment in Africa, pretty much, right? And we're going to be making the lives of Africans, everyday Africans, better, easier, more efficient, more productive through the pockets of solutions that we're going to be deploying. And I'm so excited to welcome, anybody building in Africa to the Founders Cabal, which is the engine room for high impact founders in Africa. I look forward to receiving you at the Cabal. I look forward to you joining the Cabal. If you've not joined the Cabal, you need to check the link in the description section of this video and join the Cabal. I want to know what you're building, and some of the Cabal members would like to meet with you. See you.